I was scared. Anybody that has Graves' disease, like, you feel like you finna be out of here.
Missy Elliott, the revolutionary hip-hop icon who sold over 40 million records, suddenly vanished from the spotlight, only to come back looking thinner and different. But what really happened during those missing years? The rise of a legend. Before we uncover the truth behind Missy Elliott's disappearance, we need to understand just how monumental her impact on music truly was. This isn't just another story about a celebrity taking a break. This is about one of the most innovative figures in hip-hop and R&B who literally redefined the genre with her futuristic production, bold visuals, and unapologetic style. Born Melissa Arnett Elliott on July 1st, 1971, in Portsmouth, Virginia, her journey to superstardom was anything but easy. Her early life was marked by significant challenges that would have broken most people. She witnessed domestic violence against her mother by her father, a U.S. Marine, creating an environment of constant fear. But even more devastating, at age 8, she endured sexual abuse by a 16-year-old cousin for nearly a year.
Being the only child, I would be in my room with, my dolls, and they were my audience.
These traumatic experiences could have destroyed her spirit, but instead, they became the fuel for her creative fire. Music became her escape and coping mechanism from childhood, with Missy imagining herself as a superstar and vowing to achieve fame to protect and provide for her mother. The turning point came in 1985 when Missy was 14, and her mother fled the abusive relationship, taking minimal possessions and relying on relatives for support. This pivotal move instilled resilience in young Missy, though she lived in ongoing fear of retaliation. But it also freed her to pursue her dreams with unprecedented determination. By the early 1990s, Missy formed the all-female R&B group Phase, later renamed Sista, with childhood friends. They signed to Swing Mob Records and released their debut single, Brand New, in 1993. However, their album, For All the Sisters Around the World, was ultimately shelved after lackluster single performance, a devastating setback that would have ended most careers before they even began. But here's where Missy's genius truly emerged. Instead of giving up, she pivoted to behind-the-scenes work, crafting hits for artists like Aaliyah, SWV, and Destiny's Child. Her collaboration with childhood friend Timbaland became the stuff of legend.
Missy Elliott she sees the story from the beginning to the end. Where I come in there and see it, I just want to hear her voice on it. She gotta feel it because she's a female. She gotta dance to it. Choreograph, the clothes, the style, how she gonna look, how everything.
Their breakthrough came with Aaliyah's sophomore album, One in a Million, in 1996, where they wrote and produced 9 tracks. The album achieved double platinum status, blending Elliott's quirky lyrics with Timbaland's innovative beats to redefine R&B. Then came 1997, the year that changed everything. On July 15th, Missy released her debut solo album, Supa Dupa Fly, and the music world would never be the same. The album debuted at number 3 on the Billboard 200 with 129,000 first-week sales, the highest for a female rapper at the time. Produced entirely by Timbaland in just 2 weeks, the 60-minute 17-track project was hailed as a boundary-shattering postmodern masterpiece, but it was the iconic music video for The Rain, Supa Dupa Fly that truly cemented Missy's avant-garde image. Directed by Hype Williams, the video featured her in an inflated black leather suit, often likened to a garbage bag amid Afro-futurist visuals. This outfit, accessorized with platform shoes and a glitter-covered helmet, symbolized her non-conformist approach. The story behind that suit is absolutely wild.
The Rain, that was probably the craziest one because I had to go to a gas station to be pumped.
And the suit?
Yeah. So once I was pumped all the way up, they realized that I was too big to get in the car. Yeah. So I had to walk down the street in Brooklyn.
Can you imagine walking down the streets of Brooklyn in a giant inflated suit because you couldn't fit in a cab? But that's the level of commitment and innovation Missy brought to every single project. Throughout the late 1990s and early 2000s, Missy's career absolutely soared. She released albums like Da Real World, 1999, Miss E, So Addictive, 2001, Under Construction, 2002, This Is Not a Test, 2003, and The Cookbook, 2005. These projects yielded massive hits such as Get Her Freak On, Work It, Lose Control, and Gossip Folks, blending hip-hop with elements of electronica, funk, and world music.
I hated Gossip Folks.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yes. I hated Gossip Folks. And he was like, I'm telling you, this, that knock, and I'm like, yo, excuse my voice, I've been sick, so I know I sound crazy.
Even the songs she initially doubted became massive hits. She won 4 Grammy Awards, including Best Female Rap Solo Performance for Work It in 2003, and sold over 40 million records worldwide, making her the best-selling female rapper in Nielsen music history, according to Billboard. But Missy's influence extended far beyond music sales and awards. She challenged gender norms in rap, promoting body positivity and creativity over conventional beauty standards. In an industry that often demanded female rappers to be hypersexualized, Missy refused to conform. She became the first female rapper to achieve such commercial success without conforming to hypersexualized norms. Her collaborations with icons like Madonna, Janet Jackson, and Beyonce further solidified her status as a true industry titan. Her net worth stood at approximately $50 million as of 2025, amassed through music sales, production royalties, endorsements with brands like Adidas and Pepsi, and smart real estate investments.
I have 7 houses, so I don't even be at
Talk that shit, Missy. That's what I'm talking about.
7 houses all paid for. So,
no mortgage.
Yeah, no mortgage.
Everything seemed perfect. Missy Elliott was on top of the world, dominating the charts, revolutionizing music videos, and amassing wealth while staying true to herself. She was unstoppable, a creative force of nature that seemed like nothing could slow down. But then, something happened. Something that would force this powerhouse to step away from the spotlight for years. The question everyone started asking was simple, but haunting. Where did Missy Elliott go? The disease that changed everything. The year was 2008, and Missy Elliott's trajectory shifted dramatically due to health issues. At the height of her career, when she should have been celebrating her continued success, something was happening inside her body that she couldn't control, something terrifying. She was diagnosed with Graves' disease, an autoimmune disorder affecting the thyroid. For those unfamiliar, Graves' disease is an autoimmune condition where the body's immune system produces antibodies that overstimulate the thyroid gland, leading to excessive hormone production. This can cause a range of devastating symptoms, including rapid weight loss, anxiety, fatigue, tremors, irregular heartbeat, and in some cases, eye bulging or skin changes. But the way Missy discovered something was wrong reads like a scene from a thriller movie.
For me, when you say you gotta take a radiation pill, you think you really finna be out of here. Like, you know, what do I really have? And then you gotta go through seeing, you know, my eyes changing, your hair fall out, your skin change, everything. For me, that was traumatic.
Her symptoms emerged dramatically in 2008. While driving, her leg began shaking uncontrollably, nearly causing a crash, a classic sign of tremors associated with hyperthyroidism. Soon after, she couldn't grip a pen to write lyrics, forcing collaborators like Monica to assist.
I remember doing in the studio with Monica doing Everything to Me, that record, and I couldn't even write the words down because your nervous system breaks down, so you shake so bad. And she was like, you know, look, miss, I got it. Let me write it for you.
Imagine that for a moment. Missy Elliott, one of the greatest songwriters of our generation, literally unable to hold a pen. The very tool of her trade, the instrument through which she channeled her genius, was suddenly beyond her grasp. Other effects included rapid weight loss. She reportedly dropped below 100 pounds, dizziness, fatigue, anxiety, depression, hair loss, potential eye bulging, and elevated blood pressure. The diagnosis came as a shock, but what's interesting is how Missy initially handled it publicly. In 2011, she downplayed the impact in interviews, describing it as not so grave, and saying, "There have been times when I might not have said anything to anyone, but I've been dealing with it since 2008. She emphasized that her symptoms had improved rapidly after treatment and insisted she was managing it effectively. But later revelations showed the disease had sidelined her far more severely than she initially let on. The condition forced her into a hiatus from music, exacerbating feelings of helplessness and deepening her anxiety and depression. This period also coincided with the hormonal imbalance that can intensify mood disorder.
I was sick. I couldn't even hold a pen to write.
Upon diagnosis, Elliott opted for radioactive iodine therapy, a common treatment to destroy overactive thyroid cells and reduce hormone production. She described it as effective, stating in 2011 that her symptoms improved rapidly. Concurrently, she took antithyroid medications for a short period to block hormone synthesis. However, by mid-2011, under doctor's supervision, she discontinued meds, shifting to non-pharmacological strategies. This is where Missy's story becomes truly inspirational. Rather than relying solely on medication, she has consistently affirmed being off medication since around 2010, managing through diet, exercise, and holistic practices. Her regimen became incredibly disciplined, limiting fried foods, bread, and sugar to stabilize weight and energy, daily walks, hiking, structured exercise programs like Shaun T's Focus T25, Prayer for Mental Strength, and late-night creative sessions that provided emotional outlets.
For Missy Elliott, it all begins and ends here.
Thank you, God, for your grace and mercy.
With prayer and performance.
It's a blessing. I always say I don't take for granted these moments. I don't think it's just talent. I most definitely give praise to God.
But the disease's mental toll was perhaps even more devastating than the physical symptoms. In 2018, at Essence's Black Women in Music event, she shared an inspiring speech. Those tests become your testimony, underscoring how overcoming helplessness built her strength. The impact on her career was immediate and severe. After her 2005 album, The Cookbook, Missy essentially vanished from the spotlight. No full albums, no tours, just occasional features and sporadic singles like We Run This, 2006, Ching-a-Ling, 2008, and WTF, Where They From, 2015. For fans who had grown accustomed to Missy's constant innovation and presence, her absence was jarring. Rumors began to swirl. Some people even misremembered her dying, particularly around 2016, in what became known as a Mandela effect phenomenon. This stemmed from her reduced public presence during her health battles, not any actual event. Making matters worse, clickbait videos in 2025, with titles like The Tragedy of Missy Elliott is Beyond Devastating, often sensationalized her health issues, childhood traumas, and losses for views, but credible. Reporting confirms she is alive and thriving, with no evidence of recent disappearances or deaths. But during those dark years, Missy also experienced profound personal losses that compounded her struggles. The 2001 death of Aaliyah in a plane crash deeply affected Elliott, who viewed her as a close collaborator and baby girl. Their bond was sisterly, and Elliott has consistently honored her memory through annual tributes, noting in 2024 that Aaliyah's influence is still being felt. More recently, Fat Man Scoop's sudden death in August 2024 from a stage collapse at age 53 elicited heartfelt responses from Elliott, highlighting his infectious energy and their shared hit Lose Control. She described him as bringing laughter in our lives and having unmatched energy.
I want y'all to know that we are special. Black people, we are special. Understand. And I love each one of y'all. I thank y'all so much. And I'm so full, and I know I want to get off the stage, but I'm so full. It's been such a blessing this year.
Through all of this, the disease, the losses, the depression, the anxiety, Missy maintained an incredible level of grace and humility. But the question remained, would she ever return? Could she return? Or had Graves' disease permanently ended the career of one of hip-hop's greatest innovators? The triumphant return of a legend. If you thought Missy Elliott's story ended with her retreat from the spotlight, you couldn't be more wrong. What happened next is nothing short of miraculous, a comeback story for the ages that proves resilience, faith, and determination can overcome even the most devastating obstacles. Despite over 15 years of setbacks, including periods of depression and weight fluctuations, Missy never truly left. She was healing, growing, and preparing for what would become one of the most celebrated returns in music history. The first major sign of her comeback came in 2015 with her surprise performance at the Super Bowl X-Live halftime show with Katy Perry. On February 1st, 2015, at University of Phoenix Stadium, Missy joined Katy Perry to perform Get Or Freak On, Work It, and Lose Control. Viewed by 118.5 million people, the performance earned acclaim for her energy, with many critics noting she nearly overshadowed the headliner. The impact was immediate. Her sales boosted by 996%, with 73,000 units sold the following week. But the real validation came with the honors that followed. In 2019, she was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame, the first female rapper to receive the honor. Then, in 2023, she became the only female rap artist ever inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Missy Misdemeanor Elliott. Now the first woman hip-hop artist inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. How honored are you?
Words cannot describe. I'm still pinching myself. You know, when you in the hip hop world, that it seems so far out of reach.
At her Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction, Missy reflected on how improbable this achievement seemed, saying,
I'm still like, wow, because that felt so far out of reach, like, especially coming up in the hip hop community. That's probably one of those things that you just feel like, oh, that's never gonna happen.
In August 2023, she received the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award at the MTV VMAs, delivering a spectacular 15-minute performance that reminded everyone why she's called a legend. Her acceptance speech showcased her humility and appreciation for the dance community who helped bring her visions to life. But perhaps the most significant milestone came in July 2024, when she launched Out of This World, the Missy Elliott Experience, her first headlining tour in 2 decades.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but is this your first headlining tour?
My first headlining tour.
How is that even possible?
Can you believe that? An artist of Missy's caliber, with her impact and success, had never headlined her own tour until 2024. When asked why,
Well, I had offers before. At those times when I was being asked, it was like, nah.
the tour featured collaborators like Ciara, Busta Rhymes, and Timbaland, and it was a massive success. The 53-year-old performed a 75-minute set with lasers, fire, dances, and costume changes galore, proving she had not only recovered, but was thriving. In a 2024 People magazine exclusive interview, Missy reflected on her journey with profound gratitude. Every day I wake, I'm blessed to be here and in good health. She emphasized that while she occasionally experiences minor aches, her overall health remains stable through her continued holistic management approach. As of November 2025, she continues to be thriving. On October 15, 2025, she headlined the Victoria's Secret fashion show in New York, performing a medley including Minuteman, Get Her Freak On, Work It, and Lose Control in a sparkling, embellished outfit with platform boots and sculptural hair knots. The all-female lineup streamed globally, and Elliott tweeted her gratitude, "I am humbly grateful, crying tears of joy, thinking of the days I wasn't so strong, but through faith and prayer, I kept going." Just days later, on November 9th, 2025, she inducted Salt and Peppa at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame ceremony in Los Angeles, praising them as trailblazers, then partied at the W Hollywood with them and DJ Kiss. Social media activity shows her celebrating these milestones, sharing photos with Outkast's Andre 3000 and Big Boy.
Music at its best touches us in a way that's inexplicable, in a way that we can't even verbalize. And her music does that. Her artistry does that.
For a woman whose sound helped build the very foundation of music for a generation, it's the combination of her superstar status and humility that makes Missy so fascinating.
What makes Missy's comeback even more remarkable is her continued creative output. In 2019, she released the EP Iconology, her first project in 14 years, featuring tracks like Throw It Back, Cool Off, and Drip Demeanor. And she's not done yet. She's revealed that she has secretly recorded 6 albums of music waiting to be released. In August 2025, she settled a 7-year legal battle with songwriter Terry Williams over royalties in a confidential agreement, clearing the path for new projects. This resolution removed one of the final obstacles standing between Missy and her continued creative output. Her financial success has also been remarkable. Her net worth stands at approximately $65 million as of 2025, amassed through music sales, production royalties, tours, and smart investments. She owns multiple properties, including homes in Virginia Beach, Atlanta, and Beverly Hills, all paid off without mortgages. But perhaps what's most inspiring about Missy's story is her continued commitment to giving back. In 2025, she helped families on the verge of eviction with a $50,000 donation for past due rents. When asked why this was important,
Giving back to my hometown is important because I was one of those kids that watched my mother, struggle. And I believe that when you get blessings, they're not for you to harbor them for yourself.
her legacy extends far beyond her music. She's influenced generations, from Nicki Minaj to Cardi B, and continues to break barriers as a female producer in a male-dominated field.
I knew she would be big because her tenacity, her will not to quit. You know, Missy is a warrior. Like, if you're putting together like a team of wolves, when I mean wolves, you could be big and strong, but if your mentor ain't there, that means nothing. You know what I'm saying? Her mental was there.
Timbaland's words capture something essential about Missy, her warrior spirit. She came into the game not looking like the average female that they say supposed to look like, but made you look again.
That takes a certain power from a woman.
Confidence, too.
Yeah, her confidence was through the roof, which gave me confidence. She the one that told me I was dope when I didn't think I was dope.
Today, Missy remains as relevant as ever, continuing to innovate and inspire. Her 2025 activities underscore that. Far from fading, she's reclaiming her spotlight with vigor. She's performing, creating, mentoring, and showing the world that a health crisis doesn't have to be the end of your story. It can be the beginning of an even more powerful chapter.
Life is never gonna be full of roses. You know, those tests become, you know, your testimony.
My mom always said, make your mess your message.
Absolutely.
Get it out there, because Lord knows someone else is going through it and they can learn.
So, what really happened to Missy Elliott? She faced one of the most challenging battles of her life, a chronic autoimmune disease that threatened not just her career, but her very existence. She experienced profound personal losses and battled depression and anxiety, but through faith, family, discipline, and an unshakable belief in herself, she not only survived, she came back stronger. As she said herself in a 2024 interview, "Every day I wake, I'm blessed to be here and in good health." That gratitude, that humility, that strength, that's what makes Missy Elliott not just a legend, but an inspiration. Her story teaches us that setbacks don't define us. How we respond to them does. It shows us that taking time to heal isn't weakness, but wisdom. It proves that with faith, discipline, and the right support system, we can overcome even the most devastating challenges. Missy Elliott didn't disappear. She was fighting, she was healing, she was preparing, and now she's showing the world exactly what a true comeback looks like. This isn't just a return to form. It's a masterclass in resilience, a testament to the human spirit, and proof that legends never truly fade. They just rest, recharge, and come back even more legendary than before. Click on one of the cards on your screen to see more videos like this.